Good morning, everyone. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. The prayer today is a prayer for healing. Lord, we ask you to lift up all those who are suffering today. We ask to bring healing, comfort, and peace to their body, mind, and soul. Calm their fear and let them experience in the healing power of your love. Amen.
Amen.
And bless the children. Go ahead.
On February 25th, 2025, for the Department on Aging, I approved hiring Christopher Makar to the position of full-time recreation and education assistant, number 1005, to be effective March 24, 2025, at the rate of $19.23 per hour with a one-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. For maintenance, I accepted the resignation of Robert Pawson, Senior Maintenance Technician, number 1905, to be effective February 5th, 2025. I approved increasing the current posting for the position of Senior Maintenance Technician from 2 to 3 positions. These positions will remain posted until filled. On February 21st, 25th, I appropriated supplemental in the sick and vacation accrual transfers out expense account. Supplemental in the Commissioner Capital Reserve Fund Phase 2 contract services account for additional encumbrances and increases as needed. I approved a cash transfer from the general fund to the County Agricultural Society Fund to fund the building of 2 new buildings on the fairgrounds in accordance with Commissioner's Resolution number 25022. I approved an encumbrance for a travel request from the Common Pleas Court to attend the Rise 25 Drug Court Training Expo, and I approved vouchers, $114,363.01 from the engineer's office to Cargill Incorporated Salt Division for road salt for the 2024-2025 snow plowing season. And I approved $49,248 from maintenance to E-Technologies Incorporated for the uninterruptible power supply upgrades at the Safety Center.
Thank you. And that was 1 and 2.
Yes.
Item 3, Commissioner Officer is requesting the board approve and execute the minutes from the meeting of February 11.
So moved.
Christy, did you get my, okay, so they're incorporated. All right, I'll second.
Commissioner Blair.
Aye.
Commissioner Brady.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes. Item number 4, Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Good morning, all.
Morning.
We are here asking you, traditionally, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. We're here asking you to declare March Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, and then we invited some of our littlest. So we'd like to get some pictures with you if you're willing to do so.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There's a motion for
I'll make
the
that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Blair.
Aye.
Commissioner Brady.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
yes.
I'll ask you guys to come on up. If you want to raise a little one up, you can take pictures with the commissioners.
Sign it.
Yeah.
Have them sign it so you can present it.
Thank
Get one.
We can get pictures right around here or wherever you'd like. Wherever you
Wherever
guys prefer.
This corner is
This
usually
corner.
good.
Can you take a look?
Probably would want to. All right. See the picture.
We're going here.
So you guys are gonna get
I mean, you can.
Thank you.
Thank you. I get like a
Squeeze toy or something. No.
Thank you all.
Bye. Take care.
This is already my favorite meeting. Kids at every meeting. This is hard to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be disappointing, you know, no matter what I do. All moms on deck today. They were cute. They were so cute. They were Tuxedo. You know, got more dressed up than we do.
Yeah, I know. All right, Elaine Malkamaki, Community and Economic Development. We would like to request that the board grant permission to advertise for public hearing number 1 for FY25 Community Development Block Grant Small Cities Program. We would like to hold that on Tuesday, March 18th, 2025 at 9:45. And notice of the public hearing will be advertised next Thursday, March 6th, and on the county website.
I move to approve.
Commissioner Spillier. Commissioner Bacon.
Aye.
Commissioner Court.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
And what room will it be in?
It will be in here.
During the meeting? Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
next session, next Thursday.
I thought it was.
Tuesday.
So-
Yeah. No, we had to move a couple of things and I'm getting my dates all mixed up. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because we're having an open meeting for the how to apply for the block grants.
Oh,
I
right,
got
right.
mixed up.
Oh, yes, yeah,
Yeah, like an information.
the workshop.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Austin Rice with DES. This is in regards to a $3,500 grant with the Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste.
Sorry, there's still so much. noise.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jennifer Jones for helping us secure the funding. There's no matching funds required for this grant. It's our first time applying.
Well, I was happy to see some coming to Geauga because
Yeah.
Mr. DeWark and I were just at the meeting, I guess earlier this month. And we saw all the grants that were approved and unfortunately, not as many went to Geauga, but I'm glad this one did. So I'll make the motion to approve.
Second. Commissioner Spillier. Aye. Commissioner Bacon.
Aye.
Commissioner Court.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna let him shut the door till it quiets down, if that's okay. You know you're not supposed to. Can we do it correct?
Maybe somebody could respectfully ask the.
Morning.
Good morning.
All right, I've got 7 through 9 today.
State your name.
Oh, right. Matt Saraki, maintenance. So number 7, the maintenance department is requesting the board approve and execute the service contract agreement with Garland DBS Incorporated to perform roof repairs at various county buildings per the director for a 1-year period effective February 27th in an amount not to exceed $50,000. This is just our standard service contract. So if something were to happen to one of the roofs, we would have something ready to go in the event of a repair.
So there's nothing in mind right now that needs to be repaired. You're just kind of, a
Yeah.
backstop if it does. So I'll make a motion to approve, number
Second.
7.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkley.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 8, we're requesting the board approve and execute the service contract agreement with Dan Peck Painting Solutions to provide painting services at various county locations per the director for a 3-year period effective February 27th in an amount not to exceed $30,000.
So for Matt, for that one, it looked like you had quotes up to like $4,000-ish, but this is an amount not to exceed 30. So are you expecting to add additional
Yep.
painting?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I've actually gotten a few more quotes since I submitted that contract. So we're already looking at maybe 12 so far,
Okay,
but there is a lot of painting that needs to be done.
okay,
right now.
yeah. That's, I mean, the quote seemed reasonable to me
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, and I
so.
did go out and I got quotes from various companies. I vetted all of them, checked the references and all of that. So
Okay,
there's standard procedure.
go ahead, Mr. DeBark. What were you gonna say?
In the last 6 months or so, you guys have installed new doors in
Mhm.
different county buildings and they all need painted
Yep.
as well. So
Yep.
Totally
That's
understand.
on my list. So,
I'll make a motion to approve, 8.
Second.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkley.
Aye.
Yes.
thank you. And then, number 9, Frank is going to help me explain this because I really just did the contract.
You're too modest. Frank Antonucci, ADP board. Yeah, let me just start off with saying, I mean, this board did a fantastic job hiring Matt here. He's been a huge addition to Glenn's team. We're really moved the ball forward. So nice work, Glenn. We've jointly been working on a massive upgrade to the recorder's office. I think most of you are aware. She's the only elected official on the square who does not have security at her office. So we're looking at a comprehensive project to update the cameras and the access controls and also all the network cabling up there as well. That's this project here.
And they got new carpeting, I think.
And they got
Yes,
your
I did. I heard that from her. How many cameras did this include?
We're looking at roughly 4 to 6 cameras for that.
4 to 6, and then the access control is what, key card access?
Key card access. She's doing just a few doors, 3 or 4, I think.
Okay,
She's not doing all of them. She's doing the essential locations for employees.
okay. Any other questions?
I think a question.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkley.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you. for-
Hey, nice work.
Thank you.
Morning.
Morning, April.
Nick Goris, Department of Water Resources with item 10 on the agenda. This is the next step of the McFarland project. Requesting the board approve and authorize Commissioner Spitaleri to execute the Water Pollution Control Loan Fund Agreement and Exhibit 1 between Geauga County and Ohio EPA and the Ohio Water Development Authority for the McFarland Wastewater Treatment Plant Renovation and Upgrade Project. And the total loan amount of $28,040,930.59. We've already had actions to sign the grant, the application. We did an extension to the project. And in fact, today, OEPA is doing the formal process of, they'll have their meeting of authorizing this loan too. So we're just one step ahead of them. It's just in their public meeting today, they'll announce that this loan was approved. So
Sounds good. I'll make that motion.
Second, and I just have one question. I'm trying to find it in the contract. But when you did the cost breakdown,
Mhm.
there was like $1 million for contingencies. Is that just like if anything goes wrong? Is that?
right, there's actually, I think, more than $1 million
Oh,
in
was-
contingencies, and there was 10%. It was like 3 million.
Oh, is that, yeah, I was trying to
So
find it.
it's at the last page.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
with it. I'm.
Yeah, so the exhibit, they allow us that for obviously contingencies and construction allowance for, overruns or,
There it is. Okay.
yeah, so, but that also in that loan exhibit, you'll also see that we were able to lump in our construction manager's cost. So
Yeah.
that we're not paying that right off the top. And again, on top of these loans, we have the ARPA funds that are going to be helping us. So goal is that 27 million is going to be less than 28 million is going to be less than that once we encumber. And we're still going after more funds with CDS grants and that nature. So as we can keep bringing them in, we're finishing the paperwork on that 2.7 with Joyce's office. And
Okay.
so we've got a bunch of different avenues that are going to help pay for us. But when they gave us the loan, I said, let's go with whatever we can get at this point
Yeah.
in time, just in case something else changes while we're out there. We've already identified at the plant, the old septic receiving station that was there that's not being used. We're actually going to get once we're signed, we're going to get a quote to eliminate that and repurpose that portion of the plant.
Okay, so you are trying to get federal money too?
We do. So we have
Okay.
through the congressman, we have 2.7. We already have 800
Right.
approved for the headworks, 800,000 for the headworks. So that's not, it doesn't even show in this loan. So the more we can keep bringing in, the lesser our costs going to be, and
Great.
keep our long-term costs down. It's a big project. So wherever we can find some money, we're going to do that.
I'll have a question.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brink.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes. Thank you. Item number 11.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the United States District Court Northern District Ohio Eastern Division Notice of Voluntary Dismissal of Defendant Miami Lucan Incorporated in regards to the National Prescription Opiate litigation. This was received, and I sent it to Mr. Blaze, and he asked me to have you guys put it on today to execute that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's unfortunate that it seems like they're going bankrupt, so there's not any accountability there, but it doesn't seem like we have a lot of options, so.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brink.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes. Okay, item 12. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board move into executive session for purpose of considering the purchase of property for public purposes. If a premature disclosure of information would give an unfair, competitive, or bargaining advantage to a person whose personnel, private interest in adverse to the general public interest pursuant to the Ohio Vice Code. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brink.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
It's just for a reason, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let Adrian know that he'll be needed. Thank you.
Yes. We come back from executive session, no action taken. Do you have anything else?
There is something for discussion and Adrian is here for that.
Morning. So, this is just a follow-up to the discussion from last week about, how you would like me to initialize the budget for 2026. So, we discussed a number of options last week. I think the most, logical option would be to initialize it, using the adopted numbers from this year, from 2025. And maybe look at reducing that initialized budget by a certain percentage, just to encourage the departments to analyze what their request is going to be and be able to justify those numbers. So instead of just providing what was adopted from this year, that sometimes encourages departments that just continue to budget or request the same amount instead of looking at the numbers more closely. So what that percentage would be, I'll leave that up to you. We've reduced it by 10% and 5% over the last few years. So I don't think the problem remains, as we discussed, that between 10 and 15% of the appropriations remains unused, typically at the end of each year. So if we want to do 5% or 10%, I'll kind of leave that up to you. It seems like 10%, given the continued rates of unused appropriations, wouldn't be beyond the realm of reasonableness.
And then I know we talked a little bit about like the ARPA funds and how they would impact
Correct.
those numbers.
Yeah, shouldn't affect the adopted budget.
Okay.
If we use the actual numbers, that's where we were talking about it affecting that.
Okay.
So I'm not proposing that for that reason.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. I think 10% seems reasonable to me.
Okay. Is that the consensus then?
I think so.
Okay. And then the other things that I wanted to just discuss is, last year we went at things a little bit different because we're doing the budget hearings prior to the tax budget being approved as opposed to the permanent appropriations in December. We did budget hearings primarily on the afternoons of session days on Tuesdays. It made the amount of time that we had a little more tight. So we did just invite primarily the larger departments that didn't have a lot of fluctuations in their budgets from year to year. And I'm just wondering, with a new commissioner on the board too this year, do we want to continue to do that? Do we want to bring all the departments in this time again? Do we want to open it up to an all-day Thursday budget meeting session as well, which would give us a little more time to bring them all in?
I think that makes sense. An all-day Thursday,
Okay,
just block
Are
off
you
the
able to do
day.
that, Commissioner Spitaleri?
Oh, yeah. No problem.
okay.
Assuming it's a Tuesday meeting, I guess.
So last year we had the budget hearings during the month of May. So I will look at some options then to include Thursdays in there. Commissioner Dvorak, I believe you had a vacation planned
On the
during that
14th,
time.
I'm leaving the 14th.
The 14th for a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Thursday, the 8th, I'm putting on a special needs fishing event.
That's a good event.
Okay, I will try and not include dates
We'll
that
figure something
that
out.
have that, yeah. So, okay, that is pretty much everything that I was looking for. So
Will we be looking at more departments then if you're expanding this?
I'm assuming that's what I was
I
seeing.
would kind of like to see everybody since I'm new
Yeah,
and look at it all.
Okay,
Sorry, guys.
no, that's fine, that's
A
fine.
lot of time.
If
but-
if I have the ability to do it on a Thursday as opposed to just Tuesday afternoons, that will give me a
I mean,
lot more time.
even a Wednesday, I'm good with, we could pick a Wednesday.
Okay,
Yeah, Thursdays are often good for me, just because I tend to keep those more open because of these meetings
Right.
sometimes changing.
okay. I will try and stick with the Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
If I can. So I'll come back to you if I need to change from that and I'll deviate. So.
Great.
Okay, that's all that I had.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anything else, Linda?
We have nothing else.
Chrissy? Okay. Item 14, public comment. Is there
No?
a motion to adjourn?
There's no public comment? Just checking. No? Okay. I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Second that.
Favor.
Aye.
Aye.
We need it for